In a world where ordinary men can excel doing ordinary things, this man has single-handedly lowered the bar. From the scrambled mind that brought you Mad Madness and Beagle Rare comes this underwhelming Friday night special event. Matt Porter is the Blendigeddon 2 World Champion and the 2020 World's Top Whiskey Taster. Ladies and gentlemen, raise your glass and shake your ass for ADHD Whiskey Live.
Unmuted, ready to rock and roll. What's going on, everybody? Happy Friday. Happy friggin' Friday. September the 15th, 2023. Holy crap, huh? It's already the fall time. The fall times are coming. So hard. I was looking for these samples from Mr. WJK for like 20 minutes. And I thought that we were going to have to do an alternate plan for this evening. But the last second, I spotted them in a mess. And totally redeemed myself. How is everyone doing? My mom's first one in chat. How's it going, Mom? Love you much. Love you so freaking much. While you are waiting, please hit the thumbs up. Thanks and cheers. Thank you, Mom. What the heck? Travis Robeson is here. Joey B is here. Robert E. Rhymes with Joey B is here. Hell's happy Friday. Happy Friday to you. Everything's all weird. The power went out for a second today, and then when the power goes out, the lights go back to like their default settings, and then it's like why? That's why if you notice in my videos, my lighting is always different. It's because that's what I should get. I should get some new damn lights. The Junkies, Dan and Sean, have like, I don't know what planet their lights came from. Friggin' multi-mega, I don't know, it's a friggin', they look good. They don't know how to use them, but they look good, you know? That's what I do. You guys are gonna, no, that's too far. That's too far. Is this in the frame? Is this in the frame? I think it looks good. Joey B is here. David Markowski is here. Donald88, happy Friday. Bring on the Afrin review. So far, so good. I Afrined it up about 15 minutes ago, and guess what? Kind of digging the Afrin. You know? So good. The Afrin's so good. Cleared me right up. That'll work. Michael S. is in the house. Good evening, all. We wonderful whiskey folk. And good evening to our host, Sniffles McGee. Hey, it says no drip, and they were about 60% right. For a minute, I was like, it's going to be dripping all night. But then we're good. We're totally good. Are you Schlammer? Happy Friday and cheers. Jason Hummel. Tonight's blind is Alka-Seltzer versus NyQuil versus Theraflu. No, we're good. Yeah, well, I guess that's not true. I get waves of chills and heatness, the body doing the things, but it's been like that for a while. Don't know why. Children, you know, children doing their thing, the germ thing. I shook my ass and a fart came out. All right, Jeremiah, shaking it, farting it, sneaking it up. Chris Lawson is here. Haven't caught a live in a long time. Happy to catch this one. Thanks, Chris. Thank you for being here. Tonight's going to be a good night. I have this flight that I just showed you from WJK. It's a low-proof flight. he always throws curveballs. And I'm always looking for fastballs. So usually I swing and miss. I'm way early. I'm just, and then here comes, and so that'll be a fun flight. It'll make me look dumb, and I'm looking forward to that. Also, Bardstown Bourbon Collaborative Series. It's the Goose Island. It's the Goose Island one. That's why this is so weird. Every time the power goes out. Oh, stepping on stuff. Ugh. That's not the right chord. We'll get it figured out. There's a light up. Oh, no, you can't see it. I don't know. Bear with me. Bear with me. I'm a professional. This is how live streams always supposed to go. Unprepared, completely being an idiot. Yeah. That'll do, donkey. That'll do, I think. Anyway. Oh, it's a Goose Island. It's the Goose Island one that was sent to me by Bardstown Bourbon Company. It was a surprise little thing that showed up, and I was like, sweet. Am I a beer guy? No. A lot of people think I am. Probably because of the shape of me. People are like, oh, that guy loves beer. No, not much of a beer guy at all. So we'll dive into that. Where did I put the thing I just had in my hand? That's what she said. There, I think that's it. I think we're good now. 115 people in here watching me struggle bust it up. That's okay. That's all right. It's the way it works. We get lubricated. We get going. We get going. Kyle Whipper. Fall times are coming so hard in bed. Man, sounds nice. Sounds nice. You know what I mean? The cold winds at night. The sun goes down, cools off. You open the window to your screen that's patched with Scotch tape, packing tape, and gum. And the air comes in, cools you off. The sound of children roller skating in the streets can be heard. Then you close the window. I don't know why. You just do. Cheech Arlino's in the house. Sometimes my stories literally go nowhere. I thought we'd figure it out as we went. No, not tonight. That one hit a brick wall. My bad. Cheech, make sure you hit that like. Thank you. Cheech going on after me tonight. Whiskey Encore is going to be the encore this evening. So after my stream, click on over to Whiskey Encore, and it's a pub style live stream. Lots of fun. I pop in there every once in a while to make sure everyone's minding their P's and Q's. And by that, I mean sipping whiskey. Derek Patton's here. Dude, what's up, Derek? What a guy. He's got a big smile. I like that guy's smile. Plug them into a battery backup. No. I should definitely look into that. Definitely. Over 5 minutes behind already. Wish old Fitz wasn't hard to get. Moana? Moana. You probably hear it all the time. Moana, it's time you knew the Fitzgerald came to me at MSRP almost, actually. I got very lucky with that. Walked into a store and they had it just sitting there. I'll tell the story later. I got to catch up. Planet Whiskey is here. Be careful with that Afrin. Don't use more than a couple days in a row. I won't. I will not. But why? Will it just blow out your insides or what? Ken and Betsy Reinke in the house fighting the kid germs. Ugh. Josh sells Boston. Matt, did you get more handsome? No. No. Maybe. It could happen. It could. I mean, hopefully it didn't go the other way. That'd be bad. Not much room to go in the other direction, if you know what I mean. Kyle. I don't know what's wrong with me right now. I'll figure this out. My mouth is not working correctly. Blah, 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 blah. Now we're good. Now we're good and warmed up. How's weather? It is a little bit like chilly here. A little chilly today and rainy. Chilly and rainy today. Oh, good. You know what? Stick around. After a few drinks, I'll bust out all the Moana I know. And there's some good Moana action headed our way this evening. As long as Moana, don't want to even begin to pronounce that last name because it'll get me in big trouble. Moana sticks around, we'll hear all the Moana jams. Neat Bourbon. Hey, Matt, happy Friday. Cheers. What's up, Neat Bourbon? What's going on? You know what? This is what's wrong. We need to kick off the night. Let's kick off the night with a blind sample. Let's do a 1 ounce Wednesday sample on Friday. Get this thing started. Why is it sounds so weird in here? I am off my, wow. It feels like something's weird. I thought it was the light. I don't know. Huh. Couldn't tell you. You guys are getting lots of good looks at my humpback, aren't you? Oh, dropping shit. Oh. You know, I'll just grab one. How about this? Got one. Sorry, that was so loud. Oh, hopefully we didn't get any butt crack in frame. That would lose viewers quick. I need to just quit bending over is what I need to do. All right, America, I think, probably. Into the glass. Hide it behind the Z-Biotics box. All right. Swirling and spinning. Ooh. First sample of the night, the Afrin working real good. I didn't know that the Afrin was going to be like minty. I was not expecting that, but it was definitely a bit minty. Jared Renfro's here. What's up, Renfro? This, whatever's in this glass, Moana's got nothing on Dan Shook Elsa. You're totally right. Friggin', I love Shook. I talked to him for a while today. We just chatted it up. It was a good time. Me and the Shookster, friggin' Elsa himself. So, do I even have any clips of Shookster in his? No. Oh, I don't. Wait, maybe I do.
Oh, no. Oh, dude. We're having...
Oh, I'm glad that those are still there. Thank you, Adam Graham. You're looking like a sexy beast. Whiskey Written. Matt, did you get ×1 less handsome and also ×3 more? What would that be? If it was ×1, that would mean I stayed the same. 3 times, maybe. Definitely not as good looking as the folks over at Whiskey Written. Wow. Jake and Savannah. Damn. It's like you walked into a Spencer's Gifts in the back section and they were there willing to talk to you about literally anything you wanted in there, in the whole store. So like, what do you want to know? And it's like, what's your name, Jake? He's like, yeah, I know everything about all the leather in here. And some kitty cat ears for Savannah. Julie L's in the house. What's up, Julie? Mojo 88 is here. All right, back to this sample. Oh, forgot to take that off the screen. This smells, I know what that is. Shit. How do I even describe it? Purpley? Purpley and maybe a little bit, what's the word? Malty? Malty and purpley? Trevor, any update on the Champs fight? We are working on it. We're working on a date. Everyone's schedules are really crazy this fall. So it's probably not going to be for a bit, like a while. I would say we might be even looking into maybe the beginning of December, possibly. Wow, that smelled different that time. Ooh, matches. You got a little bit of sulfur, which leads me to believe this must be some sort of finished whiskey. The nose isn't necessarily good. It's also not necessarily bad. It's just like parts of it are nice and like, I always picture like dried, not dried. What's a prune or a date? Like, I guess they are dried, aren't they? Dehydrated fruits that you dehydrated with under matchsticks. Or the Afrin is just in my nose screwing everything up. Let's go for a taste. Huh. Is it like a port or sherry finished rye? Possibly. Little over 100 proof. I like it. It is good. It's kind of Christmassy. Yeah, I do like that. It's got a bit of spice on the back end. Kind of actually lights a match on your tongue. A little bit of heat, a little bit of fire. A quick score. Very good. Very, very good. Very good. My scoring has been extra. My scoring is so weird because I don't know how consistent it is. Probably not very consistent. But I've been extra hard on things lately. I said hard on. 7.7. 7.7? I like it. I think it's very good. No, 7.6. 7.6. 7.7's too high. 7.63. 7.63 for this. It is. Oh, it's from WJK. It's one of his samples. It is Found North Batch 3. What the hell? So 110.2 proof or 118.2 proof, one of the two. Those Found North things are weird. They're good. Found North Batch 3, 17 years old. Is that light whiskey or what? Oh, Cameron, eat your heart out. He's got talented. I can do that shit all day. What is Found North Batch? What did I say? Batch what? Found North Batch 3. Very good. Sulfur Sherry Port Pinot? No, probably not any of that. Matter of fact, just Afrin pairs well with whiskey for sure. I don't know if it does or not. Maybe I don't know. That stuff is weird. All the Found North stuff is good, but it's strange. Jackson, how's the new Truckerari? Doesn't really go as good as Van Bergini. It's good. It's good. It's real good. I like it. I like it a lot. It's like I can drive it. I can put stuff in the back. I haven't really put stuff in the back yet, but I could if I wanted to. You know, it's fun. It kind of makes a turbo noise if you listen close enough. Whiskey says here, what's going on, Drell? What's up, dude? Oh, Beery Texan is here. Canadian. I think it is Canadian, Cheech. But a lot of that Canadian stuff is just like light whiskey. Unless it's a rye, I don't friggin' know. I have no idea what Found North Batch 3 is. I like it though. Derek, typing on this tablet's a bitch. Yeah, man. You're doing good though, Derek. You're doing good. Is there a more affordable barrel expression you think shows off their profile well? Oh, wow. That's a super awesome question because I don't think barrel has a profile. I don't. I think barrel is like, what's a good analogy? Really surprised I was able to think of the word analogy so quickly. Things are coming around, coming right around. Barrel products are like, they're also different because even their regular expressions are sourced from different places. So I guess that they're, what do you call it? Mullets backwards. Stellum? Isn't Stellum the lower priced version of barrel stuff? Pretty sure. But I don't think that it's going to be like, you're not going to pick up a bottle of Stellum or a bottle of just like a barrel bourbon batch and then be like, oh, now I know what barrel tastes like. So you buy another one of their products and you think that that's going to be in the same realm of the same thing. You can usually tell a barrel craft spirits product when you taste it because it's wild. It's like, it's out there, you know? It's like if you went on a blind date with a great grandma stripper, you know, you'd be like, wow, different. I can tell something's up here. Little goofy, right? Seagrass is good, yeah. Seagrass is, I like Dovetail quite a bit, but I haven't had Dovetail in quite a while. A 5 whiskey blend. Thanks, Mom. My mom learned how to use Google. Hells yeah. Way to go, Mom. Pensby lad, when you and Sean and Dan see each other after a long time away, do you run at each other in slow motion? That's the only way I run. It's the only way I run. But yes, I've done that to Julie before on an escalator. It was an escalator of love, you could call it, but a respectable amount of love because Dan was there too. And even if he wasn't there, it'd be even more respectful, respect, you know, the escalator of love. Great Gilf. Okay, Kenneth, great Gilf. All right, let's see. We have, should we do the, before we get to the flight, should we do the Old Fitz first or the Goose Island Bardstown? Something tells me probably be smarter to go the Fitz route, but no. You know what? Let's do the friggin' Bardstown. Let's do the Bardstown and the Fitz. I have not tried the K-Luke batches GW. I don't think so. Old Fitz, says Travis. Well, Travis, it's opposite day. Everyone says, no, I shouldn't have asked if I was going to make my own decision. All right, we got to vote for Goose Island. I'm doing the Goose Island first. Executive decision. What does the goose say? That's what happens when you open the cork. When you take the cork out of a Goose Island Bardstown. Flying in a V formation, all aerodynamic and shit. Birds are smart, right? How do they learn that? They're like, hey, like what's like, I don't know. George the Goose is like, hey, I've got an idea. We should all fly next to each other. In case we want to talk to each other, we'll just talk into each other's ear and pass it down the line. And then they're like, George, you're dumb. Because by the time it gets to the end, we all know how that game goes. It won't be exactly what, you know, the message will be different. How else should we fly? They tried circles, but they got mistaken for UFOs and shot at, which sucks for them because they get shot at anyway. So any less reason, right? I wonder which goose decided to try the V. Speaking of trying the V, never mind. This smells very beer-like. Wow, that is a beery, like malty, chocolatey. Mine, that Afrin worked good. That Afrin worked a little too good. I'm going to get addicted to Afrin for 2 days at a time. Like Cialis. I've never had a Goose Island beer. So there's that. I've never had a Goose Island beer. But this is my first dive into anything Goose Island, I think. This is from Bardstown. They sent me a card. Bardstown Bourbon Company Goose Island Collaborative Series. Cameron from Drums and Drams is a big fan of this bottle. He hasn't tried it, but he saw the label and he couldn't stop raving about how much he wanted it and how he would buy 6 or 7 if he saw them. Description. Iconic trailblazers of craft brewing, Goose Island is a perfect partner for innovation. Oh, they hired a new sentence writer, I see. Very nice first sentence. Great job. You really hooked me in. Hooked and reeled me into the rest of the paragraph. Can't wait to see what else you got up your sleeve, sentence writer. This bespoke blend, okay, now you lost me. Don't go bespoke. You went bespoke and you lost me. Believe me. I just befriended you because I don't know what bespoke means. This bespoke blend, that still bothers me, of 6- and 7-year Kentucky bourbon has been aged an additional 12 months in Bourbon County stout barrels, then married with a beautiful 9-year Kentucky bourbon, creating an expression bursting with chocolate malt and dried cherry. Well, I definitely picked up the chocolate and the malt immediately. A lot of the malt, a lot of the chocolate. Smells a lot like beer, which if you're a beer fan would probably be a good thing. 56% of this blend is 7-year Kentucky bourbon with a mash bill of 53, 26, 21, which is not familiar to me. Wonder if that's their own distillate. 53, 26 rye, 21 malted barley. Huh. 26% 6-year Kentucky bourbon, 53 corn, 26 rye. Oh, same exact mash bill, but a year apart. And then 9-year Kentucky bourbon, 18%, 78, 13, 9, which I do believe is from the distillery that rhymes with Bim Jeem. The bourbon. Now, I don't want to read any tasting notes, but yeah, that's what it is. Too much glare. It is, the nose is, once you're Afrined out, it smells very, very chocolatey and very malty. More malty and more chocolatey than a malted milk ball. Malted, like a Whopper, way more malty than that. But then there's also like, it's unique because there is something in there that's kind of like, got me a little bit frazzled. There's a different note in there that is very, oh boy, what's the word? There's clearly something else in there. Almost like kind of reminds me of like being a kid and being in the woods, and then like the pine needles that have like fallen on the ground, but they're not green anymore. They're just kind of like dried out dead pine needles. I know that's very specific, but it's that. And you know that I usually stick to my typical notes of candy. But when something brings up a memory, like running from a childhood bully and tripping over a stick, hitting your face, directly into the ground of dead pine needles, then you try to struggle to your feet, but, he's caught up and on top of you, giving you purple nurples, stuffing those dead pine needles into your mouth. That son of a bitch. All right, let's go for a sip. Wow. That's an immediate. Man, if you love beer, you will love this. If you are a Goose Island stout lover, then this is going to be directly up your Goose Island, if you know what I mean. It's a very, very flavorful whiskey, that's for sure. So Goose Island, I think, when it was explained to me before, is beer that was finished in a bourbon barrel. So it was bourbon barrel, then beer in the bourbon barrel, and then bourbon in the beer barrel that was originally a bourbon barrel. Full circle. Aged in X tequila barrels? That's what the Found North was? No kidding. Huh. Oh, I scrolled up way too far. I scrolled up super far. Super good Goose impression. Right? That's what they do. Derek watching on the big screen. Hells yeah. I'm scrolling. I know. Just give me a sec. It's funny the Mighty Ducks perfected the V formation. That is funny. But they should have been called the Mighty Geese instead. Oh, yeah. That does make sense. But they were just kids, They probably didn't know the difference. From Canada Goose, he goes flying shitbox. Yeah, Mark, we know about that all too well. The bottom of my feet, probably about at least 10% goose shit still from being a kid. Goose Island are the best beers. Bespoke equals unique. Oh, so bespoke is a unique way to say unique. Interesting. I haven't had like craft beer or any beer actually in a long time, but the way that hits reminds me of how a beer hits. It's like a bit, man, if I was a beer snob, I should have watched beer videos before this so I could like really hone in on the shit that they say. Oh boy. It's a pointy, it just stabs you like middle of the tongue up to the roof of your mouth. I think that's like what that malty stouty, even like I think the hops kind of get you more towards the back of the palate, and you're like, but like a dark beer, like a stout, that tastes like a damn beer to me. That tastes like a 100 proof beer. But then again, I'm not a beer drinker, so if somebody told me that was a 100 proof beer, I'd be like, wow, that's impressive. I like it. It's very different. If I heard it pairs well with some cigars. By the way, tonight's live stream is brought to us by the very finest cigars on the planet, Alec Bradley Cigars. I think that maybe I'll just bring this bottle outside one night and bring a varietal of Alec Bradley cigars. One here, one here, one here, one here, and then one in my crease here. And then, just see which one pairs best and get back to you. Is that a finished gin barrel? Finished in a gin barrel? What you talking about, Mama? I don't know. It's 5 minutes ago, so probably not. Oh, Barry texted, member for 14 months. That's super nice. That's cool. 14 months is a long time. That's a commitment, Barry Texan. To think I had a vision to lovely fall walk. Oh, for the pine needles? No. Those are the fresh ones you get when you walk by them. You really got to be hiding from something or have, trip on a hike to get the dead ones, to get the smell of the dead ones. Mike Hinterknock. This is the second batch they have done. The first release was an Illinois only release. Thanks, Mike. Oh, Cheech. I actually don't mind it. I kind of like all caps. It really gets my attention. But Cheech is not having it. Cheech is like, no, we're using very little capital words around here. Oh, Mike came back with just one at the beginning of his sentence, which didn't end in a period. Hey, Mike, let's get the punctuation a little bit better around here, okay? That's a joke. That's a joke, Mike. What if Cheech's pet peeves? That's funny. Had to give a shout out, but can't follow along tonight. Gorilla Glue. Enjoy a few extra sips for me, please. Will do. Oh man, he's not stuck anymore. He's just, here and there and everywhere. Buy it, enthusiast. See you, dude. The first cigar that I smoked with a Magnus cigar blend was a Blind Faith, and I like those a lot. But a Kintsugi, I've smoked Kintsugis with Joseph Magnus cigar blend, and I really liked those as well. But I am not the expert in pairing. I don't smoke a ton of cigars because it's like I'm always running around doing other things. And cigars, they are a timely, kind of a relaxing and chill thing. And I don't find the time to do that, extremely often. But when I do, I make sure it's me enjoying the best cigars ever produced by man, woman, or extraterrestrial. Alec Bradley cigars. They're out of this world. Tony Backdonuts, did you get the Dukes of Hazmat? I've been trying to reach you all week. Tony, I need to get a hold of you. I did not get it yet. I saw that there were some available, and I need to jump on it. I will be in touch. But I think that there were still some for sale. I'll have to double check. It's been a friggin' week. The last few days have been stressing. I was stressing about the shipments of the Whiskey King, and they are all finally on their way. It's out of everyone's hands except for the driver picking up packages from a shipping partner in Tennessee. But thankfully, that driver looked at his newly improved paycheck and said, I will begin doing my job better. And he did. So thank goodness. I was stressing hard, a little too hard. I was freaking out. But it's all good now. So, next, the last little America before we get into the blind flight. It says Old Fitz 10-year. It is spring 2023. I was getting water yesterday, like at the little fill-up station for water jugs, the 5-gallon jugs, which are some of my favorite jugs, the big ones. And it's in the same parking lot as one of the better liquor stores here in town. And I was like, it's delivery day. Should I go in? No, they don't got anything. I was like all pouting to myself. And then I said, Matt, get in the damn store. So I walked in the store and I was like, oh, good Lord. They have it all Fitz. But they don't put price tags on the things inside of their display case, which is always a bummer because it's like they can tell you whatever price they want, right? So I asked nicely, what is the price of this old Fitz? Damn it. And I didn't know what to expect because I don't even know what the MSRP is on these anymore. I don't expect to see stuff, so I don't look at prices until I'm like, $350 for a Wild Turkey Masters Keep? No. So I didn't know what they were going to say. And it was $175. And I was like sold to the previously morbidly obese gentleman who is standing in front of the cabinet, excited. I don't know what those are, like what they go for or anything. That's the first Old Fitz I've ever seen in a store for a reasonable price ever. Like ever. Since I started this whole thing. So incredible. An incredible day. Well, oh boy. I've got an idea. I think I have an idea. We need to do this. I opened it last night. I tasted it and I was like, huh. But I was sick. So like the sinuses and stuff. So I was like, a grain of salt stuff, right? We need to do something here. Where's the other Jeremy Sayers whiskey glass? Where are you? No. 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 Don't break them. Damn it. Oh, found it. Got it. All right. Experiment time. Just based off the nose of this, I need to do this. Do I have stickers? I do. Great, grand, wonderful. A for the old Fitz 10 years going to be in the glass labeled A because it was a bitch to find one. And bear with me. America. Rebel 10 year will go in the glass labeled B. Because it would be a bitch if the Rebel 10 was better than the old Fitz 10 for, I guess, like not half the price, but a lot cheaper and easier to find. So this is what we're doing. I didn't plan on doing this, but wow, that's a big pour. Way to go, Matt. Even? Close enough. Rebel Yell. I'm sorry, Rebel. It's not Rebel Yell anymore because it was, offensive to put yellow on the label, apparently. Rebel 10 year is supposed to be sourced from Heaven Hill, which is the same exact stuff as Old Fitzgerald. Now, is it the exact stuff? Who knows? But it is, what's the word? Hypothetically? No. Supposedly? We're getting closer. Allegedly, Heaven Hill weeded bourbon. So if this is the same, well, Fitz, of course, is Heaven Hill weeded bourbon. So this is going to be roughly the same stuff. Roughly. But is the Rebel 10 better than the old Fitz 10? Nobody knows. Julie like Wheel of Confusion. And we spin, and we spin, and we spin, and we spin, and we spin. And we remove. All right. Last one. It smells really good. That smells oaky and fruity and delightful. Ooh. It smells very perfectly aged. Class B or 2. Smells a lot like nothing. Okay, this has got to be the old Fitz because this smells like there's really nothing there except for a bit of sourness. Why is it so sour? But now that I go back to this one smells kind of like that one. First glass down the hatch. Wow. That is nice. That is super well-rounded and soft. Oaky, cherry, Tootsie Roll. Do the Tootsie Roll. Do the Tootsie Roll. It's a good song. It's not a good song. I think it's kind of a bad song. Unless, of course, you're drunk and you're at a place that, you know, that song sounds good at. Like a dance party. Actually, more like the fruities or the footies, the footsies or whatever they're called. The flavored ones. Like vanilla, one of those. Yeah. Other glass. Oh, man. A bit brash, sharp. Not a lot going on. Not as... There's just a lack of really any sort of... There's no peak. There's no valley. It's just like a sharp, straight line of nothingness. It's so weird. That is not... It's not bad, but it's not like... It's just... that just tastes like... What does that taste like? Nothing except... It's that very baseline... A little bit bitter. Nothing off-putting, but like not... This has got to... This is... Yeah, that sucks. Why is that? Why? There's so... This Old Fitz has zero character to it at all. That's the, I guess, the best word. Zero character. The Rebel 10-year is actually like a bunch of delicious flavors cohesively put together and like, what on earth? Does it need air or like... Hold on. I'll be right back. Sorry, I've ignored chat for like a long time because I went off on my own little tangent. I'm super sorry, but I have the thing. Scrolling up to thanks for updating on Barrel King delivery. It was a bit confusing to have the order in cancel status. Yeah, they relabeled them on some of them for the most of them for the West Coast. Got the Kings today. Good to hear. Surprised Cheech doesn't use 4-letter words. Cheech uses 4-letter words. Like stop when he's talking about capital letters. Could you compare it to a Rebel 10? Dude, we were on the same page. We just did it. We're doing it. Congratulations on the find. Thanks, Crazy in Bourbontown, for the super chat. Appreciate that. I wonder if I went too far, but maybe. What are you talking about, James Morgan? James Morgan McGill? Asses. No. Oh, Fitz MSRP 150? Oh, yeah, then 175 is like basically, basically MSRP, I would say. One assumes this Elijah Craig Ryder Cup is similar to the US version, but cheaper. The Ryder Cup Elijah Craig. Is that the one with like the blue on the label? Possibly. Scotland's 995. Curious if you planned on attending Whiskey Tribe's Bastards Ball. Love to meet you. I did not have any plans to do that. When is it? Is it normally in like October or something? It would be cool to go there. I would love to, get some boxing gloves on and me and Rex could have at it. Jokingly, of course. At least I'd tell him it was a joke. Then he'd find his range and just jab me, because I would imagine he's at least probably what? I'd say Rex is probably a good 6'2", maybe taller, 6'2.5". He'd find his jab, and I'd struggle to get inside. I try to Sean Strickland him, but I would imagine that he would be just too tough of a target to find. And if I did, it'd probably be deflected by his bushiness, because it would be a low blow. Did Jared come visit you? He did, Steven. I had a guest the other day. Jared came and we talked. We had a good day. We had a good, fun time. We went to lunch. Yeah, Rex definitely has reach on me. The jab and the stamina in the Texas heat. Dude, Kyle Taylor. The stamina in the Texas heat. I'm doing like steady state cardio for over an hour every day at 5,300 feet elevation in a climate controlled environment. I was going to say it's hot in Colorado too, but I guess that really doesn't come into play. Well, if we did it indoors, it would. If we did it outside, is it humid in Texas? No. It's got to be dry like Colorado, I would imagine, but hotter, I think. All I'm saying is I do feel good about my gas tank. And my left hook. I've never thrown one, but I feel it would be good. Oh, my mom says, when are you going back to the Jack Daniels for the barbecue? That is the weekend of the 13th of October. I will be in Lynchburg for the Jack Daniels, the Jack barbecue competition. I'll be judging it, and I will be judging it like you've never seen anybody judge barbecue before. I'm going to be so strict. A. Old Fitz 10 in. See if a little air helps it out. No, it still smells like nothing. I didn't expect it to. Well, honestly, when I say this, I'm not trying to be exaggerational. If that's a word, it's not. I'm gonna try not to exaggerate too much. I'm not exaggerating, literally not. The Rebel 10 smells like a world-class bourbon, where the old Fitz smells like anything. It's just a random. That's wild, the difference. That sucks. It's soft. I think that the aerator kind of took out the little bit of jaggedness I was getting from it. The Rebel 10's on a completely different level. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy talk. Experiments. Only because he's used to it, unless you're training at elevation for this very thing. I mean, yeah, I am so elevated. I'm so elevated. My mood's elevated. My living situation's elevated because of the elevation. Zwift for cardio. Oh, like bike racing, like Greg Doucette. Calories in, calories out. Harder than last time. I love Greg. Coach Greg. I used to live near Houston. It's super humid there. Ew. It's humid? I guess it's kind of by the, ugh. That's gross. You'll be at Jack Daniels the next Tuesday? I'll write a note for you in the sand, in the parking lot, to see if it's still there by Tuesday. It's humid. That sucks. Is that a diarrhea gland? It's a spirits aerator. ADHD word of the night. Exaggerential. Exaggerant. Is that what the old Fitz 10 is like, yeah, Greg, if I put a Rebel 10, and by the way, actually, I need to say this because it's only fair. The Rebel 10, all those bottles are single barrels, so they vary. This old Fitz is a batch, but I've never had such an underwhelming 10-year weeded product. I was expecting it to be honestly, I was expecting it to be the best 10-year weeded heavy hill product I've ever had. Nope. That sucks. I wanted to love it so much. For $200 after tax, you would expect it to be mind-blowing. Not blowing in the opposite direction. You know? Pleco, dude. Sorry, better late than never. Cheers, Matt. Cheers, dude. Thank you for being here. 238 people in chat. I love each and every one of you. Thank you for being here. I'm actually considering, there's a few things that are going to be happening with the live stream. First of all, we're doing the Ultimate Flighting Championship for patrons again this year, which is where they submit samples via weight class. So 80 to 89 proof is is it the bantamweight? Is bantamweight the lowest weight? Bantamweight? Flyweight? Flyweight. Yes, flyweight. And then it moves up in proof points for weight classes. So we've done it 2 years in a row. This will be the third Ultimate Flighting Championship. We added a weight class. We added a cruiserweight, which is going to separate the super heavyweights and the heavyweights a little bit. And we've increased it from a 6 sample size to an 8 sample size. I will have details as far as what whiskeys. Actually, I should ask chat this. Last year at Ultimate Flighting Championship 1 and 2 were only bourbons. I said straight bourbons, no blends. Were there blends sent on accident? Sure. Were there finished bourbons sent because people didn't listen to the rules? Sure. But I think I'm thinking about opening it up this year to all American whiskeys, so it could be a bourbon or a rye or a finished whiskey. But overall, the way the game works is I blind these, and the best sample is the champion of that weight class for a year. Have I been great at promoting the Ultimate Flighting Championship champions? No, and I'm sorry. I do need to do a better job because I'm trying to make a big deal out of it. It's a lot of fun to do. Therefore, the champions deserve some credit, some credito. No credito, big problema. Which is the opposite from the car dealerships that I've been driving by. But my interest rate needs to be higher when it comes to promoting my champions, and I'm going to start doing that. As a matter of fact, you're getting some extra credits in the credits for the end of the video. I have to do it. Here comes the goof that sends the scotch. So should I do all whiskeys? Probably. Thanks, Cheech. Hi, Rye Rob, drinking your Whiskey King 2 right now, and holy wow, so good, man. Killed it once again. Thank you, Hi, Rye Rob. I appreciate that. Mike, is that bottle of Rebel the older Rebel Yell 10? It's not. No, it's actually just Rebel. So I have an older Rebel Yell 10 year in the unopened still because I know that the one I have is like 14 years old. The Rebel single barrels, the Rebel 10 single barrels, they can be older than 10 years old, but no matter their age, 10 to 11, 12, 13, 14 years old, whatever they are, they're still $100-ish. And they're like readily, you can find them in certain states. Colorado, you can find them. The old Fitz, same. Ooh, I need to brush up on my bottled and bond facts. If it's a 10-year-old bottled and bond, I'm doing a thinking, you know what? I'll think about it while I pour this flight. I'll pour the flight and I'll think at the same time. If it is a 10-year bottled and bond means it is same distiller, same distilling season for it to be considered bottled and bond. But if you mixed bottled and bond bourbons together for a batch, would it still be a bottled and bond bourbon? Like let's say if they blended 10-year bottled and bond with 12-year and 14-year bottled and bond, because if the whiskey were bottled and bond, same distiller, season, 100 proof, could they still call it bottled and bond if the whiskey were bonded, but they blended bonded whiskey together? Like, could they put older whiskey in a blend that fit the criteria for bottled and bond and put a 10-year age statement on it? I feel like I used to know the answer to that question, but right now it's confusing me. Glasses. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many are in here? All right, here we are. 5. A spider. Killed it with my bare hand. 5. Perfect. When Will Henderson gifts you a knife, you use it. Oh, right in the bottle. Oh, that felt good. Didn't know I needed that. But I did. A, B, C, D, E. For this flight, I will try to guess proof, age. I don't know if these are all bourbons. I'll try to guess, I guess, whatever I can. The last time I did a flight from Bill, they weren't all whiskey. They were different spirits, 5 different spirits. And I chose the rum as my favorite. Some flights just go weird. And WJK, Mr. Bill, has a lot of fun doing it. He's the one provided the samples for the Matt vs. Matt Madness champions that we are still trying to plan a date for. Let me label these so I don't get them confused. Perfect. Rather be mind-blowing than foot-blowing, right? For sure. Larceny B523 better than Old Fitz 10? Yeah. Yeah. They're different profiles. But the thing is, this is the thing. Where did it go? Where's A? Is this it? Yeah. I'm getting a little nuttiness on the back of it now. Yeah. That Old Fitz doesn't really have, it's the most underwhelming, unexciting, like it's a complete letdown in every sense of the word. It's not bad. It doesn't taste bad, but it doesn't taste like anything. I will revisit it when my cold is completely gone to see if maybe there's nuances in there that I can't pick up on because of being a little under the weather, but I don't need those nuanced, faculties to pick up how great that Rebel 10 is compared to it. Gosh, that's a bummer. I'm so far behind again. Reach behind you, grab some of that 4-gate and clear your mouth of that disappointment. We've got 5 samples here to fix it all up. In New Jersey, it's easy to find. Yeah, when I lived in Connecticut for like 6 months, the Rebel 10 was there as well. I think what you mean is it's all 10-year, no older, right? For which one? The Old Fitz? Same distillery season is a rule. Yeah, for it to be bonded whiskey. So like you couldn't. So like let's say you have. How would I put it? If you had like 10 barrels from a bonded warehouse that were distilled in one season. No, like I said, it does make sense. The way my brain works, very rough. Very rough. It's like trying to start a lawnmower with Weller Full Proof, right, Bruzel, if you're in the house? Probably not, but if you were. No longer bottled and bond. Okay, so it is 10 years. So that is 10 years old. Okay. Ooh, but yeah, that's also true. Look at the JD Triple Mash. That is bonded, and it is it's not even the same whiskey. It's blended to, it's bonded, it's different bonded whiskeys blended together. Tony Bag of Donuts coming through hard and heavy with some facts. Tony Bag of D's coming in with the friggin' infos. Yeah, I wish, honestly, this is kind of funny. No matter how, I regret buying that for $175, which is like really weird to say because it's like the old Fitz will do a lot for a lot of videos. I would assume that I can make enough videos with that bottle to earn the $150, like that, or the $175 back, you know, over the course of a few videos or whatever. But I'm not happy with that purchase. So I can't, like, if you had paid secondary for one or whatever, I don't know what they're charging, but I'm guessing it's at least 300, maybe more, probably more. Ugh. By the way, Dramhound, I love you. How far back am I now? 5 minutes? It's not bad. That's right, Garrett. It's already got the plastic lining and everything. Glass A, low proof whiskey flight. Does it say low proof whiskey or bourbon? I dropped the pull up my pants. No matter how much weight you lose, you will never, ever forget that you have a butt crack if you used to weigh 300 plus. Wait, no, you still have a butt crack. That your butt crack and people, you know what I mean. These are my guesses for the high proof flight. That's funny. It just says lower proof. Okay, so no help there. Where did I put A? There it is. Found it. All right, Glass A. Smells kind of like what I was just drinking. The Rebel and the Old Fitz. Wonder if this is this is sweet and cherry, seemingly oaky, maybe a bit of nuttiness. Oh, thank you, Afrin. A for Afrin, right? Damn it, Bill. When he says lower proof, like, how low is he talking? Because that's not exactly like the lowest proof thing I've ever had. Pen. Gosh. I need something to write on. Cover your ears. See how easy that was? See how easy that was? That's so easy. I'm not going to be able to write on notes on that. That's a dumb idea. Oh! Is there? Oh, it's empty. Whatever. A. I feel like my dad used to do this when he was like on job sites. He'd like write on boards and wood and like cardboard if it were laying around, whatever it was laying around the job site, and he had to write a note. He also had a yellow note, like a yellow tablet. He'd always write notes on that, lists and stuff. But I've seen him write on all sorts of wood. Don't go there. A. Man, I'll say coming off of a 10-year whiskey, kind of tastes like a 10-year whiskey. It does still taste over 100 proof, though, which is strange for being a lower proof. I'm not sure how low he was talking. All right, B. Eagle Rare? No. It feels like that went in a nutty direction too. Oh man. Just because I know who sent the flight, it completely makes my mind go in different directions. Weird. Just knowing Bill sent it makes me not even want to try, to be honest. But I will. I'll continue to try. Damn this tablet, says Derek. 8 minutes ago. Damn it. Let's see. Scrolling. I'll say straight up that ECA 123 is way better than the EC beef. Oh, yeah, for sure. Agreed. Agreed for sure. I haven't had the C batch yet. You're thinking too hard about it, Matt? Oh, yeah. I'm an overthinker. I'm an overthinker and overanalyzer. I'm oversensitive. I'm over everything. Overweight. Over the limit. How does Old Fitz and Henry McKenna compare? I mean, well, Old Fitz is weeded. Henry McKenna is a rye bourbon. So it's not like a bad comparison though. Like I haven't had a new bottle of Henry McKenna in a while. I should pick one up just to see what the new ones are like. I do like Henry McKenna a lot. Henry McKenna has won a lot of blind flights for me. Like a lot. It wouldn't it wouldn't take a lot to beat that Old Fitz. That Old Fitz is like it honestly something would have to be off-putting for the Old Fitz to win because the Old Fitz is so neutral. It's neutral and like just I don't know. It's gray. Tim Tam Slams in the house. Do you feel distillers are pumping out lower quality stuff just because they know people will buy it no matter what now? Or is the Old Fitz just a bad batch? Well, actually, this is another thing. I've had Old Fitz. Thanks to friggin' DC, the great, lovely, amazing, beautiful Whiskey Tube legend, Daniel Carter. I've had both the 13 and 15-year bottles. So those ones were phenomenal. I've had samples of 17 and 19. 17 extremely good, 19 very good. I don't think I've ever had the 8-year-old Fitz or the 9-year-old Fitz. So I don't know what to expect from the younger ones, but for some reason I was expecting it to be good, like really good. So I don't know if honestly, though, I think that, I mean, it would make sense to, like, let's say you have, Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. Whatever barrels they were using for that originally, like older stuff, if they were mixing in 14, 15, 16-year-old barrels into a blend with 12-year-old stuff, if that's what made Elijah Craig Barrel Proof so good before in the past, it would make sense for them, even though they dropped the age statement, but if they can use the same whiskey that they were using in that for a special release or like a Heaven Hill Heritage Collection or like private stock stuff or a new special release, it makes sense for them to do that, right? for them. I mean, not for the consumer as far as like ease of obtaining them and stuff, but I think that, yeah, you're probably seeing in general products that used to be higher quality dropping in quality so that they can use the barrels that they used to make the better quality stuff with, using those barrels to make different products. You know, I would guess that that's probably an avenue that they could take to create more demand and more money. C, Class C. Forgot I was doing a blind flight for a second. I'm Bourbon Journey's here. What's up, Scotty? Oh, Scott's the best. Oh, hey there, Scott. Brewbaker Maker Ernie's here. Independent Joe is here. Joe, I missed you at Pours in the Park. My bags partner, my cornhole partner. I had to settle for Shayla. And guess what? She cheats at everything else. She couldn't cheat at cornhole. She just kidding. She actually got really good towards the end as we got warmed up. Unfortunately, we ran into a husband-wife combo that kicked her ass in the second round. Shit, now I flipped the script and I'm behind, changing to 1.5x speed. Love you too, World's Top Whiskey Taster. You know what? I'm going to go to 1.5x speed for you. That silence would have been almost twice as long had I not gone 1.5x. Oh my goodness. I'm scrolling. I'm so far behind. Yeah, KC12 is really good, Ernie. I wish I would have picked up one of the cask strengths. How much have you missed? Just a bunch of blabbering for the most part, and an underwhelming Old Fitz 10-year. Other than that, not much. Surprised that there's 244 people here still watching this crap. Well, Pleco, dude, this is... Hey, stick around. You're about to be in for a treat because this is going to go so poorly. Don't get a big head, Matt. I will never. Would the world's top whiskey taster who defeated hundreds and hundreds of competitors single-handedly without breaking more than an obese man's sweat, an average obese man's sweat, just defeated them so easily, single-handedly, left-handedly. Would he ever get a big head about tasting? No. No. But I appreciate it. This blind, though, is going to go in the opposite direction because there's absolutely no confidence I can ever have. You're dredging up old turmoil for Shaylabot? No, she knows I'm joking. And it's, you know what? The first time I brought it up, I didn't think she would take it seriously. So maybe she should just leave it alone. Obviously, she's, wow, that smells nice, I think. Ooh, a little bit of malt on Glass C. Little maltiness. Little... I'm glad I took a break. A short break, because this smells a bit farmy. Crafty, maybe. Dusty corn. You hear people say that, and you're like, oh, dusty corn. But when you smell it, you know it. Oh, is Cameron here? Dude, Cameron. I tasted your favorite bottle earlier. I tasted this guy just for you. I told everyone how psyched you were about it. And you know what? You're right. It is the best thing I've ever tasted. If you like beer. By the way, Cameron, I love your whiskey wear stuff. I've been really enjoying that series. You shouldn't be drinking apple juice in public at a Dairy Queen, but still. Yeah, this is a bit malty. I was worried for a second that he was going to do the whole Eagle Rare thing where he sends me all the same stuff. But thankfully, Glass C is so different that I know it's not the case. Malty, grassy, bit sour, and craft-ish. Craftish. That can't be more than 4 years old. I mean, it could be. What the hell was that? If I've learned anything in my 38 years of being me, shit just doesn't move like that for no reason. Like boxes don't just shift. Cardboard doesn't just like up and rotate unless something makes it do it. Time to bust out the mouse traps again. I told the dead mouse to tell his friends what happened to him, but must not have spread the word. You know, Glass D. Oh, where did I put this? Ah, my notes. Oh, well, it went in the box. Oh, I'm a disaster. I'm a total disaster. Rare Brad, I'm way late. Happy Friday. What the world is this? Chocolate. Ellen's. Oh, I forgot about Ellen's fam. Ellen's fam was here a week ago. We busted balls. Oh. Your live stream is not crap, yo. Did I say it was? No. Oh, I did. This, look at the color of that, eh? Look at the color. That's darker than friggin'. My, what do you call the underlayment of your carpet? Carpet padding. By the way, landlord is all, yeah, we replaced the whole thing. He's like, oh, we replaced this carpet before he moved in. No, you didn't. Old carpet. And he forgot that we moved in right. Never mind. Just carpet talk. Me and my wife were discussing this a couple days ago. Last week, actually. About the carpet in this place. And they're like, you need to clean the carpets for maintenance. I'm like, these carpets need to be replaced at least every friggin' 12 years. But I'm kind of glad that they don't replace the carpet because I didn't want to ruin their new carpet. I'll ruin old carpet all the time. This is dark, malty, also chocolatey, super chocolatey. A little bit of spice. There's not like, it kind of reminds me of a meatball, which is weird. Like if you rolled up, it's a cooked meatball. Oh man, never mind. If I say like the thing it reminds me of, it kind of grosses me out because it doesn't smell like that. I was gonna say like a meatball covered in chocolate, but that's gross. An unsweetened chocolate. A meatball with cocoa powder on it. Very dark. For being that dark and that seemingly like it didn't have a ton of flavor going on for being that. How is it? It tastes kind of low. I mean, this is a lower proof flight, but what did they water that down with? Like mud? How did they get the color to stay the same if they added water to it? Because that's a red. That's a dark red. It's got to be craft also. It's got to be like maybe like a driftless or like a Possibly like a small barreled device. Huh. I always tend to think like hotter climates also with color like that. Like, could it be from Texas or could it be? But it doesn't really have that Texas funk to it, which is interesting. This is a very interesting flight, WJK, if you are here. Cameron. My mom. This is what you do when you become a friggin' a grandma. You just kind of like sit back and rewatch old hits. Last night I watched the rerun of the World's Top Whiskey Taster Regional Competition. It still made me get excited when they announced the winner. Oh yeah. What if they would have announced somebody else? Would you have like lost your mind? You're like, no, what happened? Cameron, actually, this is a good point though. So I could debate you about the price point on Cameron. Hook up your camera. We're gonna debate. We're gonna have a debate. Yeah, it was 3 tenants ago. That's right. What's up, David Rogers? Welcome to the neighborhood, dude. I know we just got the BK picks, but what's the next ADHD pick going to be? I have a Blue Run pick coming. I think those are being bottled in October. The Blue Run that I chose was at the time the highest proof barrel that they've done. 130 proof Blue Run with a mash bill that nobody's ever heard of. It is good. There's also a Russell's pick coming, Warehouse K, like a 9-year Russell's K, 9-ish year, maybe a little less. Knob Creek on the way. So we have a Knob Creek already picked, a Russell's already picked, the Blue Run already picked. In October, I'm doing a Backbone pick at Backbone. And what am I forgetting? Anything? More to come. There's more to come. New opportunities arise, all the time. But I'm super looking forward to those. The Knob Creek I thought was really good. The Russells I'm super pumped for. The Blue Run I'm pumped for. These are all exciting things. They're so exciting. So exciting. Busey, what's up, dude? Nux. What's going on, Jason? Long time no see. Thank you for coming in here. Appreciate it. Ron, Matt, great to catch up with you last night. So awesome to hear how well you're doing. Keep crushing it. Was that last night? No. Was it? My days have run together. Dude, Ron, nice to see you too. Congrats on everything you're doing as well. As Puff Daddy would say, we'll be mitten you. We'll be mitten you because it's a Michigan joke. Bad joke. Nobody gets it except for you if you're a Puff Daddy fan. Also, cool, fun stuff on the horizon. David Rogers asking me about picks. There's something cool that I haven't talked about yet to more than 3 people. Something super cool is on the horizon, like just like right there on the horizon that I haven't even told my mom yet, which is kind of, I probably should. Kind of neat stuff. But I almost spilled the beans 3 times tonight and I caught myself. Luckily. But keep your head in the clouds and your mind on not spilling the beans. But some neat things coming right up. Ooh, E smells nice. Is that a turkey? Send location. Oh, shit. All right. Dramhound, you can tell your mom now. That's hilarious. I love it. Ooh. E is light and fluffy. There's not a ton of action there, but not necessarily in a bad way. I know that I said that about the old Fitz, that there wasn't a ton of action, and that kind of was like, but E is lower proof. Not a lot of action, but like it's all right. Which is very, what's the word? Not hypothetical. Hypercritical? No, critical. We're getting there. We're very close to the word. Forget about it. I didn't buy Glass E, so I don't know what it costs. So I can say, oh, it's kind of like absent with a lot of excitement, but it's still enjoyable. If I expected excitement when I bought the bottle and it just kind of came through as like a light, fluffy pour, then I might be upset about it, but we'll get there when we get there in the reveal. Hypocritical. Thank you, Dramhound. I was so close. So close. I built that flight in like 30 seconds to catch. Well, yeah, but Bill, you also built the same. No, don't pull that card, because the last flight you sent me was, you built the flight in 30 seconds. The same package you sent me was 5 pours that were not even all whiskey. Or like, these are all different spirits. I forgot what's in it too. Oh, Thomas Harrington with an E is enjoying a nice cigar and whiskey. Nice. What's up, Gary? I don't know why I like E so much for it being so like subtle, but I like it a lot. I think E is maybe the lowest proof of the bunch. I like it a lot. I think, what did I say when I first smelled it? Did I say turkey? I don't know if that still holds up. Big flights are hard, but Ultimate Flighting Championship, there's going to be 8. So I need to really hone my skills. C is my least favorite of the bunch. For show. Totally for show. Go back to A to taste A, B. Oh, wow. A is, wow, I'm so happy I went back there. A is not that old. A is very corn forward and nutty. Maybe like Jim Beanie. That reminds me of a Jim Beam on the nose. Like initially, right away. Then I just lost it. Colds are a bitch. I'll wait a second and smell sample B again. Izzo's place, I was live streaming and got carried away. That happens to the best of us, Izzo, as long as you didn't pass out on your couch and wake up in the middle of the night sleep screaming while you are still broadcasting live to the world on the internet. But if that did happen, hopefully Trev Wilson is there to help you out. Question. This is actually a solid question. This is hashtag sleep scream. That's right, Dramhound. So long ago, but still fresh in my mind where it needs to be. Matt just pooped. Matt just popped my Woody with Zerk. Awesome pick. You like that? Good. I'm so happy you like it, Shooter McGurkin. If you go to bourbonoutfitter.com, search for Woodyville. It is available on their website still. If you use code ADHD on Bourbon Outfitter, you will save 5% on your order. On any order from Bourbon Outfitter. Write that down. Make a mental note. ADHD at Bourbon Outfitter will save you 5%. Have you been there, done that, Matt? Oh, what the heck is what? Ellen's fam, what's that regarding? What did I say? Have I been where and done what? Oh, sleep. Yeah, the sleep scream. That happened very extremely early on in my YouTube career. And it almost ended it before it began. For sure. Let me ask. I need to ask. Oh shoot, I'm not even there. I'm going to do this really quick, and we need to end this stream. You know, a couple hours long should be perfect. But let me mute this. How do I do it? Function mute. Nailed it. I would like to do this. The Woody. Thank you guys. I had no idea that the Woodenville would be so not, what's the word? Sought after. I did not know that. This is the first, in 3 years of doing barrel picks or however long it's been, this is the first one that's like not sold. It's very weird. I do like it. I don't know. I mean, I guess people are like, after shipping and stuff, it gets a little pricey, but I'm going to talk with Ryan to see if we can figure something out. Because what I do not like is Ryan having to sit on my barrel picks. That makes me feel very guilty. I want to add a poll, start a poll. Ask a question optional? No. Asking a question is required for a poll. How would I start a poll without a question? The most important part of the poll is the question. Otherwise, the answers do not matter. All right, everybody, put a poll in the stream. Vote yes or no. On what? Doesn't matter. It's not. It says option. That's not optional. I see people in here who haven't been in here until later, so I just want to ask this question. It is Friday, and it does make a difference. So I'm asking this. Start poll. Should the live stream start at 9 p.m. Eastern or 10 p.m. Eastern on Fridays? I started doing it at 9 p.m. because with Matt Madness, it only made sense because of the people competing. I had to go earlier because not everybody on a doubleheader could go late. And then I just kept the same time. But I used to be 10 p.m. on Fridays. Do we like 10 p.m. better or 9? Hard yes for show. You have a beautiful whiskey-flavored mind. Thank you, Harrington. Woodenville is damn good. I think it lost its luster once distribution expanded. That makes sense. Whiskey written. Your first video next to a Christmas tree and no lighting. The OGs remember. It's me. Dude, are you serious, Jake? Have you been that long? So my first video was not there. It was in the room next to the Christmas tree. There were a few videos shot before the Christmas tree. But yeah, that was very first. That was because everyone did the Advent. And I was like, I started on like day 14. I was like, hey, welcome to ADHD Whiskey. My name is Matt, if I even did that. Welcome back to ADHD Whiskey. My name is Matt, And this is day 14 of the Advent calendar. If you missed the first 13 days, that's because I didn't do them. I think that's how it started. And then it went from like day 14 to day 17. You know, it was a whole thing. Those were fun. With my yellow lab like licking my face throughout an entire video. There's like a solid, I think, 2 minutes of a video where Piper, the yellow lab, is just on me licking my face. Oh, the fun times. Damn, had to migrate to my room with earbuds. Girlfriend is crabby again. Plico, dude. Oh my gosh. I don't know what to say, man. It's in par for the course, I think. Alec Rubin, I like 10 p.m. Alec, I like you. And by like, I mean love. Travis, I've seen quite a few Woodinville picks in stores across 3 states in the last 2 months. It could be just timing, not your impeccable palate. No, it's something to do with the late. It has to be like, it's the only one that hasn't, like, I mean, it literally has like it. I thought that there were 100 bottles, and then we found out later that there were 200, and then that's when it became an issue. B, wow, B smells really good. But nutty. I'm guessing, I wonder if A is a Jim Beam product. B could be like an Evan Williams or something. It's weird, like when you start tasting whiskey as a beginner, I'm sure a lot of you have gone through this. You can't taste anything. Like it just tastes like ethanol, alcohol. But then like the more you start tasting, like you start picking up on things like, oh, this tastes like nuts, or this tastes corny. This is cinnamony. Like if you tasted an Amberana finish something, oh, cinnamon. Like you slowly start to pick things up. But then the more and more you start tasting things, a lot of the notes you couldn't pick up on before, or even the first ones you picked up on, like the easiest ones to pick up on, become even more apparent. Like nuttiness to me sticks out like a sore thumb. Are whiskeys getting nuttier, or is my palate becoming more sensitive to nuttiness? I don't know. But the nose on B was like, ooh, then I tasted it and I was like, oh, but a nuttiness. Heaven Hill, Jim Beam, something like that. Could be, I don't know. Let's go to, which one is this again? Oh, that's A, B, D. I put C at the back because C was my least favorite. Let's go to D. Wow, D. Malty. Oh, D is a dark one, right? Yeah. I don't have to taste that anymore. We went from it's also weird, like sometimes how your palate or like your nose gets better as you taste. I'm not so sure about my palate right now, but my nose is like doing extraordinary things for me. It's an Afrin. Now E has got to be the lowest proof. Very subtle, very soft, very gentle. I don't think it's my favorite. I think oh, actually, that might be my favorite because these ones were the nutty ones. Wow. A and B might be the same whiskey. I know that's weird to say, but I think A and B are similar in more ways than one. Oops, that's a lot of noise. A is corn heavy. Like Old Tub. Could A be Old Tub? I don't know. I'm really trying to hone in on some stuff here. We're about to do the reveal though, because I can't stay on here all night just blabbing. Do whatever time is best for you, man. Thanks, Cameron. David Rogers, great question. I need to reach out to the Minnesota Whiskey Elite to see if they're interested in doing it again this year. Honestly, oh my God, I hope I didn't burn bridges with them. I might have. I am terrible at answering messages, and I'm so sorry. I know it's a problem of mine that I need to get better at. If you have messaged me and I have not responded, please don't think it's you. I have a terrible problem with seeing a message and going, I'm in the middle of something and I go, oh, I'll just reply to that later, like in a little bit. And then it gets buried and I don't, then it's like, shit. Matter of fact, I checked my phone. I looked at messages. I was scrolling to find a group message and I saw Chad Perkins from It's Bourbon Night texted me back in July that I did not respond to. And now I'm afraid to talk to him because I'm afraid that he thinks I hate him. It's not him. It's me. It's a me problem. So, geez. I think that happened with the Minnesota Whiskey Elite. I think I remember them sending me a message and I had not responded. I saw it and I was like, shit, those guys probably hate me now. It's just me. It's a me thing. I will blame everything on my disorder. So there's that. I think there's a creative sweet spot when you're drinking where you smell and can taste with a more open mind and can call more accurate and descriptive notes. What's that sweet spot, Cam? I must have missed a different thing. Like blind? Is that what you're saying? Oh, for me? Oh, I see what you mean. Hitting a stride for sure. Absolutely. That makes so much sense. 2 peas in a pod, not replying to people. I'm the worst. Dude, Tim Evans. Tim, I have a box for you on my kitchen counter. All I need to do is print the label and go to the, I'm sorry, Tim. I know I'm oh my God, I'm a disaster. I've had a few visitors lately, and I just go, yeah, this is how things roll around here. This is what we do. Oh, Grease. Grease sent me a picture of him wearing an ADHD whiskey shirt. He says he's at the airport and he's getting weird looks. Not because of the shirt, Grease. It's because you're probably talking to yourself like, gosh, dang, dadgummit. Where was I? Oh, yeah. Are A and B the same thing? Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. We're going to go with this. This is my order. Favorite to least favorite. E is my favorite. It is not a lot happening, but in kind of a good way. It's not doing anything I love. It's not doing anything I hate. It's just solid, soft, sweet, low-proof whiskey. A and B are both nutty, corn-forward buggers. They're in second and third place. Fourth place was D, which was the extra dark, seemingly like small barrel or like aged somewhere, I don't know, south of the Meridian line, which doesn't exist, but if it did, it'd be south of it. And then E, I think D and E are crafty. E's in last place. It's the craftiest, grassiest one. I don't dislike it. It's just out of this flight, not my favorite of the flight. So let's find out what they are, and I'll go through my notes, see what we got. I don't think, having tasted these, it's funny that I think my favorite might be wow, it's so there and gone, but it's fine. I think A and B. I'm in the actually. I said they might be the same thing. What if they are? What if he did that? I said I'm gonna say my guess is A and B are both old tub. That's my guess. E is subtle, 90-ish proof. E could be like an Eagle Rare or something like that. Maybe a tin cup 10-year. I don't pick up a lot of oak on it, but after tasting everything I've tasted tonight, I'm not sure if that would stand out or not. D, I don't know where that would be from. And E, I'm sorry, C was my last place. C was my last place. Malt, 4 years old, crafty. I don't know, let's figure it out. Let's freaking figure it out. Where are my results? Found them. Here we are. WJK coming in hot with the $5 super chat. Next blind and upcoming delivery is a diabolical unicorn flight in honor of my fantasy football team named Diabolical Flights. I like that. You are diabolical. Diabolical. All right, let's get to the results. Then I will say goodnight, and then I will go snuggle front bum to back bum with my wife while she tells me she's not in the mood or pretends to be sleeping. I honestly feel bad for streaming tonight because she is gone all week. She's on her new assignment 3 hours from here, so she doesn't come home all week. So she came home this afternoon, and I'm live streaming, and I feel bad. I feel actually like kind of bad. But I love her so much. She's the light of my life. I also love all you sons of bitches. You're the light of my life too, in a different way. You know what I mean? But still, I should probably end this sooner than later. All right, let's find out here. My least favorite was, how do I do this? Oh, shoot. He took a picture of the damn whole thing. All right, well, there's no easy way to do this because there's a picture of all the bottles, so I can't really surprise myself, so I'll just surprise chat. Least favorite was C. I said crafty, malty, grassy, around 4 years old, and less than 100 proof is what it says. So C. Hey, diesel truck driver. Thanks for being extremely loud while I'm doing this. You didn't know, but you know. C was Woodford Reserve wheat whiskey, bottled in bond, 100 proof. Okay, so the crafty funkiness I got was wheat. It was because it was a wheat whiskey, that's why. But still tastes pretty funky and crafty. In 1, 2, 3, fourth place was Glass D, Glass D, I said super dark, malty, 95 proof question mark, and that's all it says. Driftless? Oh, driftless question mark? Oh, because it was craft kind of like malty and 95 proof. D is Jack Daniel's twice barreled. 106 proof, so my proof meter was off by 10-ish. Oh, it's an American single malt. Okay, good. That's why the malty, that's why it made sense. That's why because it's a malt. It's an American single malt. That's why it tasted malty and super dark. A and B. B was in third place. A was in second place. I guess they were the same thing. Wow. What? Okay, well, there's no fucking way. Yes, there is. Wow. How does that change like that when you know what it is? B was third place. I almost said this is what I thought it was, but then I thought lower proof. It is Baker's 107. So I said Old Tub. So I said 100 proof Jim Beam Distillery. It is 107 proof Jim Beam Distillery. So I'm considering that an exact guess, even though it's not an exact guess. I said Jim Beam. I said 100 proof-ish. And in my head, I thought Baker's. And then I was like, no, it's got to be lower proof because this is a low proof flight. Thanks, WJK, for confusing me. I'm taking all the credit I can get before I get to Glass A. Baker's 7-year, 107 proof. What did I say for 6 years? I said 6 years old on my notes. Hey. Baker's, speaking of Chad Perkins, right? 9 p.m. won by a landslide. All right. Love you, bro, but good Goose Island. Oh, it's not a good deal. I'm not saying that, but we'll talk about it later. Cameron. Shit. See, this is where I look really dumb. I don't understand how this smelled like that, and now it doesn't. Glass A says 6. These are my notes. 6-year, corny, nutty, 105 proof, nutty. I don't know what the age is of this, but it is 103 proof. That's as close as I got to anything. Oh boy, it's Blanton's Gold. So I totally screwed up on that one. Why? And then when I saw what it was, I was like, there's no way. Then I smelled it. And that does smell Buffalo Tracy. Well, not anymore. I'm getting more and more nuttiness on Buffalo Trace products lately. What on earth? That's not great for what I do for a living. It should be sweet cherry, friggin' great goodness, like a little grapey, a little oaky, vanillas, cherries, this sweet nectar. But now that I'm looking for nuttiness, I can't get it now. Weird. I have historically, and when I said no, there is a nuttiness on the back end of that I will not shake. That's so strange. I've historically had some issues with Blanton's Gold and some Blanton's straight from the barrel where they get a bit weird on me. But that's neither here nor there because obviously I was totally correct. So dumb. In first place was Glass E. And Glass E, my notes were subtle, sweet, well-rounded. Not a ton going on, but overall great. I did not have an age. I didn't write an age guess or a proof guess, but Glass E was the winner tonight. And Glass E was Early Times Bottled and Bond. And it looks like it's the Metal cap, the blue metal cap. 4 years, 100 proof. That was the winner tonight. Early times coming out on top of Blanton's Gold and Baker's. I think that if I were to redo this flight after seeing this, I am not mad at my results, except for I think that so E and A, those are my favorite two. Early Times, Bottled and Bond, and Blanton's Gold were my favorite two. In a future flight, if I did the same one, those could flip-flop, depending on how my palate was doing that night, if I could, like, distinguish between, a Buffalo Trace product and a Jim Beam product, because I'm dumb. But I did say that A was second place, E was first place. Those could flip-flop. I'm very confident with the last three. B, D, and E, which were Baker's, Jack Single Malt, the twice barreled, and the Woodford Wheat Whiskey, those would fall in the bottom three every time. So I'm overall not mad at my order, but I am a little bit disappointed in the fact that I couldn't pick out a Buffalo Trace product in this blind. That's kind of a bummer, especially since it was the first one of the blind. You'd think I'd be able to pick that up immediately. Yikes. Oh well. That's just a game we play. Yeah, we'll blame it on the Afrin. Don't tell them about the WLW video. We've already talked about it. It's there to be edited. The funny thing is, it was shot on my old camera, I think. Pretty sure it was shot on my old camera. Maybe not. It maybe wasn't, but it's there. Some Blanton's Golds have those notes. There are a ton of terrible and young barrels in that mix. It's weird, right? That's so weird. You'd think that they would all be like, I don't know. There's a weird variance. There's a big variance in a lot of things. Even the French Blantons I have is kind of young and grainy and almost nutty. That's all right. Well, Cameron has the best palate I know of. Is he on Dan Shook's level? Occasionally, mostly, for the most part. Cameron, I respect your palate and your opinion, and I do believe that I appreciate you backing me up on this. I get a lot of weird results when Blanton's Gold and Blanton's Straight from the Barrel are in blinds. For some reason, I don't know what to say. OG, Wild, Afrin. Actually, not surprised. Which one is the metal top? Is that the Sazerac version or the previous version? Thank you, Ernie. Ernie. The Porter Order. This is Ellen's fam. Thank you for throwing out the Porter Order. I appreciate that. Old school Porter Order talk. Cheech is right. Tonight's live stream brought to you by the finest cigars on the planet, Alec Bradley Cigars. Metal is the Saz version. No shit. All right. Interesting. Very interesting. All right. That's going to do it for this night. That's going to do it for tonight. Fun little flight. Geez, Cameron, you came in late. I got an Old Fitz 10-year, and it is the most underwhelming thing I've ever tasted. Not ever. Recently. The most underwhelming thing I've tasted recently. It's a total not happy about it for. The Bardstown collaborative series, Goose Island, Cameron's favorite thing on the planet, this guy, is what you would consider to be a beer lover's bourbon. It's very beer forward, has a lot of beer notes. I'm not a beer drinker, but it reminds me of if I went to a place that brews their own beer and I was like, I would like to try a beer on your menu. They brought me this. It'd be like a very high proof beer. It's actually very good. I like it. The price point would really be dependent on how much you like beer. If you're a Goose Island fan, actually, I can't even say that. Since I've never had a Goose Island stout, I can't say that is for you. But as a whiskey taster, drinker, sipper, you know, drinker, I would say that that's, in my mind, more beer forward than whiskey forward for sure. So we tasted those two. We did the flight. It was a good time. We did a blind with Found North Batch 3, which threw me for a loop directly from the get-go. And that's what we did tonight. We told very poor jokes, and it was a bunch of fun. More content coming this upcoming week, trying to do at least a bit of content every day. If I miss a day, just consider it not missed. Check it off anyway. Next Friday, I'm not sure if I'll be streaming or not. Hopefully. If I don't stream Friday, I'll stream a different day. Daily content is the goal. Other than that, what am I thinking about? I've got some ideas for live streams in the future. The Ultimate Flighting Championship is going to happen for Patreon. They send in samples, and we have a whole thing for live streams for several weeks. But after that, I do have some ideas that I want to play with just to change things up a little bit, make things more interesting and kind of fun. Bringing different people on. I don't know, just having just a little bit of a mix-up. I do love being here and talking with everyone by myself, but I also feel like it's more fun if there's a little bit of banter and back and forth. And I think I can do that in a way that's not like boring, where people are like, oh, so-and-so's here, so I don't want to watch. Because there is kind of a history of having guests on and then viewership being down. My viewership is much further down than it was in the past, but I kind of just like associate that with being Friday, me being dumb, and kind of stale content. I want to spice things up a bit. So consider me cayenne pepper, bitches, because I'm going to pour them in your britches before you go for the 5-mile run. Before you know it, you'll be like, what the hell's happening in my pants? Oh, it's Friday night. It's time for a nap. That's what's going to happen. So suck on that. Love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. I'm going to go give my wife rubs wherever she wants them. And only where she wants them. My name is Matt ADHD Whiskey. Like I always think, you had the calls with your mind on, saying good night. Good night.